Have you ever wondered if going vegan is the ultimate answer to sustainable living? Or is it just another trendy lifestyle choice? Veganism has grown in popularity, fueled by concerns for the environment, animal welfare, and personal health. But is it really as perfect as its advocates claim? Or is there more to the story than meets the eye? At Impartial Insights, we consider all facts, opinions, and perspectives to help you form your own conclusions. Whether you're curious about plant-based eating or skeptical about its claims, this video is for you. Let's start with the environmental benefits, a cornerstone of the vegan movement. Studies show that plant-based diets require less land, water, and resources than diets that include meat and dairy. For instance, producing a pound of beef requires about 1,800 gallons of water, while producing a pound of vegetables uses just 39 gallons. Livestock farming also contributes significantly to deforestation, especially in regions like the Amazon rainforest. Entire ecosystems are being destroyed to make room for cattle grazing and feed production. Advocates argue that shifting to a plant-based diet could dramatically reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Animal agriculture is responsible for about 14.5% of global emissions, nearly the same as the entire transportation sector. By going vegan, individuals can lower their carbon footprint and help mitigate climate change. But here's where it gets complicated. Critics point out that not all plant-based foods are equally sustainable. Almond farming, for example, requires massive amounts of water, especially in drought-prone areas like California. Avocado production often involves significant deforestation and the exploitation of local resources. Consider soy production, which fuels the demand for plant-based protein alternatives. While much of the world's soy is fed to livestock, increasing demand for soy-based vegan products can still lead to monocropping, which is harmful to soil health and biodiversity. It's also worth noting the global implications of food imports. Many plant-based foods, like quinoa or avocados, are grown in developing countries, and their rising popularity in wealthier nations has sometimes led to economic and environmental strain on local farmers. So, while a plant-based diet can be better for the planet overall, it's not without its own environmental challenges. Now, let's talk about health. Many people turn to veganism to improve their well-being. Whole, plant-based foods are rich in nutrients like fiber, antioxidants, and healthy fats. Research suggests that vegans may have lower risks of heart disease, high blood pressure, and even some types of cancer. For example, one study found that people who followed a plant-based diet had a 32% lower risk of dying from heart disease compared to meat eaters. But is veganism a one-size-fits-all solution for health? Not necessarily. Critics argue that vegan diets can lack essential nutrients like vitamin B12, iron, and omega-3 fatty acids. Without proper supplementation or careful meal planning, these deficiencies can lead to fatigue, brain fog, and even more serious health issues over time. It's also worth noting that not all vegan foods are inherently healthy. Processed plant-based meats and snacks often contain high levels of sodium, sugar, and unhealthy fats. Just because something is labeled vegan doesn't automatically make it nutritious. Now, let's shift gears to the cultural and practical implications of veganism. In many parts of the world, meat and dairy are deeply ingrained in traditional cuisines. Asking someone to give up these foods isn't just a dietary change, it's a cultural shift. For example, in places like Mongolia, where livestock farming is a way of life, veganism isn't just impractical, it's almost impossible. Similarly, in low-income communities, access to fresh, plant-based foods can be limited, making veganism a privilege rather than a universal solution. The social dynamics of veganism also come into play. Imagine being the only vegan at a family gathering where the main course revolves around a traditional roast. Navigating these situations can feel isolating and sometimes even confrontational. Then, there's the economic aspect. Although some vegan staples like lentils and beans are affordable, others, such as meat substitutes and specialty dairy alternatives, can be expensive. This cost barrier makes widespread adoption challenging for people on tight budgets. From a global perspective, is a complete shift to veganism even feasible? Some experts argue that rather than focusing on individual diets, we should prioritize reducing food waste and improving farming practices overall. For example, up to 1/3 of all food produced globally is wasted. By addressing this issue, we could make a significant impact on sustainability, regardless of dietary choices. Agricultural reform is another solution. Rotational grazing and regenerative farming techniques can improve the sustainability of animal agriculture, providing a more balanced approach to environmental stewardship. Let's also consider hybrid approaches like flexitarianism, which encourages a reduction in meat consumption without eliminating it entirely. This approach has gained popularity as a practical way to balance environmental, cultural, and economic factors. Finally, plant-based innovation is growing rapidly. From lab-grown meat to algae-based proteins, technology is offering new ways to reduce reliance on traditional animal farming. These alternatives could play a significant role in shaping a more sustainable food system. So, where does that leave us? Is veganism the key to a healthier planet and lifestyle? Or is it just another complicated, imperfect solution? The truth, as always, lies somewhere in the middle. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you for or against veganism, or somewhere in between? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're interested in exploring this topic further, check out the links in the description for studies and resources. At Impartial Insights, we're committed to bringing you balanced, thought-provoking content. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more videos. Let's uncover the truth, one topic at a time.